Tasty Treats. I'm Jocelyn, and today we're not in the normal spot that we usually film these Tasty Treats, but that's because I've been really busy with exams coming up and a show that I'm doing called Oliver right now. So today I'm going to be telling you my 7 favorite tips and tricks in the kitchen. The first one is just something that I really prefer. It's whenever a recipe calls for coffee, which actually the recipe that I did a couple weeks ago or last time, it did call for coffee, but instead I just used hot water. I really don't like the flavor of coffee. If you do, great, but I find that it doesn't enhance chocolate flavor and it just tastes better with water. Okay, so my next trick is that I have a mini donut recipe and it calls for vanilla and vanilla bean. I never have vanilla bean, as a lot of people don't. So if you need something to add a little bit more vanilla, just add a little bit more vanilla extract. It usually works out just fine. It might add a little more liquid and make your dough a little more liquidy, but usually not by that much. Okay, so my next trick is that I never have buttermilk in the house, as it's not a very common household ingredient. If you have buttermilk, great, but I don't. So what do? Is I have usually a cup of milk, sometimes just a little bit taken out of that, and I usually add a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of lemon juice per cup of milk. Okay, so if you're making dough like a pastry on a pie crust, then you're gonna want cold butter, as usually recipes call for that. If you're making a frosting or you need butter in a cake or cupcake recipe, you're always going to want it room temperature. And it's also better to have room temperature eggs, so then it won't go freezing cold on your batter. It works a lot better. So whenever you're cooking, make sure you have room temperature ingredients. So there's a lot of different kind of recipes that call for precise amount of ingredients or large amounts of ingredients. And if you don't want to be trying to make sure that you have enough and are not going to mess up the recipe. Instead, weigh out your ingredients. It's so much easier, it's a lot faster, it's a lot easier to do. I like to weigh out a lot of my ingredients because then I can make sure I have the precise amounts. Okay, so my final tip for you guys today is to breathe and relax. Because cooking and baking is a really fun thing to do, and it shouldn't be stressful or get you really worked up. It's so refreshing for me when I can just cook my heart out, and it's a lot easier if you're not getting stressed and worked up. So don't forget,